We tend to think of high intelligence as this massive advantage in life. But what if it also comes with some, hidden social challenges? Today, we're going to dive into the surprising ways that being exceptionally smart can sometimes make it a little harder to connect with people.
It sounds like a total paradox, right? How can being too smart possibly be a problem? But here's the thing. It's not about you trying to be difficult. It's about a fundamental difference in how your brain processes things, and that can unintentionally create a gap between you and everyone else.
And let's be super clear about this. We're not talking about arrogance or someone who's showing off. No, this is an unintentional side effect. It comes from having a brain that's just wired to see the world with a different speed and depth, which can sometimes leave other people feeling a bit left behind.
So to really get this, we've got to look inside. What is actually going on in a highly intelligent mind that creates this disconnect? Well, it all comes down to the way it handles information.
See, it's not just about learning facts faster. It's about seeing connections that other people miss, finding that shortcut through the maze in seconds, and predicting the whole domino effect long before the first piece even wobbles. This kind of brain isn't just collecting data, it's constantly building this intricate web of interconnected ideas.
Now, this isn't some kind of magic trick, it's a cognitive superpower called pattern recognition. It's like seeing the answer to a jigsaw puzzle before everyone else has even sorted out the edge pieces. And while that's a huge advantage, for other people it can feel like you're just jumping from A to Z without ever explaining how you got there.
Here's a really good way to picture the difference. A lot of people think in a linear way, step by step, A to B to C. But a highly intelligent mind often thinks divergently. It's exploring multiple paths all at the same time. And if you're on that single track, that divergent process can look pretty chaotic or even totally random.
And when you think this way, you naturally start to question, pretty much everything. And again, it's not about being difficult, it's a structured search for the truth. By refusing to just accept things at face value and always looking for evidence, you can accidentally challenge people who are way more comfortable with the simple, accepted answer.
Okay, so how does this really powerful internal world actually translate into everyday conversations? Well, this is where that communication gap really starts to open up, and where that feeling of unintentional intimidation can really take hold.
Have you ever been told that you're a little intense? It probably comes from these traits right here. There's this relentless drive for depth and precision, but we live in a world that often runs on superficial chatter. You're not trying to be difficult. You're just trying to genuinely understand something.
This quote just nails the whole small talk thing. It's not about being antisocial, not at all. It's a quest for mental stimulation. For a mind that's always spinning, a deep conversation is like high-octane fuel, while small talk can feel like you're just running on empty.
And then there's this fascinating skill, social insight. It's basically being able to read the subtext of a room and understand what people really mean, not just what they're saying. It's an amazing tool for sure, but it can also make people feel completely exposed, almost like you can see right through their polite facade.
All right, let's talk about habits. These are the things that feel completely logical and normal from the inside, but can be so easily misinterpreted by the outside world.
Every single one of these behaviors comes from a logical place, right? You work alone because you can focus better. You challenge rules to find a more efficient way. You stay calm to solve the actual problem. The intention is almost always positive, but the perception, that can be something else entirely.
This ability to stay cool under pressure has a name. It's called emotional regulation, and it is a massive strength. But here's the irony. When you're the only calm person in a crisis, your composure can actually make anxious people feel even worse, like they're failing some test that you're totally acing. And this is really where the misunderstanding gets locked in. What feels like productive independence to you might be seen as being uncooperative by your team. What you see as a logical, necessary improvement, others might see as a defiant challenge to a tradition they hold dear. So if any of this is resonating with you, what can you actually do about it? The answer is definitely not to be less smart. No way. It's about learning how to translate your way of thinking, so you can turn that unintentional intimidation into genuine connection.
This quote right here just reframes the entire issue perfectly. It's not a hierarchy. It's not about being better or worse. It's just about running on a different operating system. And once you really accept that, you can start learning how to become a better translator for everyone else.
And I want to really stress this. This is not about hiding your intelligence or dumbing yourself down. It's about adding some key social tools to your already impressive intellectual toolkit. These are tools that help you share your unique perspective in a way that feels valuable and exciting, not intimidating.
And here they are. These are the tools that build that bridge. Patience, to give others the time to catch up to where your mind is already going. Empathy, to really try and imagine what it's like to be on the other side of the conversation. And genuine understanding, which is the key that unlocks the whole thing. Your intelligence is a gift. These tools are how you learn to share it.
So, I'll leave you with this question to chew on. Which one of these signs really hit home for you? Because that self-awareness, that's the very first step. It's how you can learn to use that incredible mind of yours, not just to analyze the world, but to truly connect with all the amazing people in it.